So, oh boy, level 85. Okay, Blasphemy Unmasked. Alwahan's burden is heavy indeed, yet he need not bear it alone. Yeah, he got us. That's the worst, like, company. Like, oh man, like, I'm dealing with this problem and they send like a bunch of fucking clowns to help you. I mean, forgive me, my friend, but I must return to Megaduda for the time being. There I can better manage this crisis and dispatch my troops as the situation demands. In that case, we shall carry out an investigation for our own here in the city. Mayhap the residents can tell us more about the first transformations and the conditions under which it occurred. If we ascertain what exactly triggered these tragic events, it may give us some insight as to a possible solution. Time is of the essence. Let us split into 3 groups that we may cover more ground. Alize and I will see to Paksha's path. Thancred Stola, pray make for Dharma. I leave Artha to Graha and you, Avery. Any information you can gather on the first blasphemy or the manifestation of the final days here in the city would be most helpful. When we have completed our respective inquiries, let us reconvene in front of Megaduda, that we might share what we learned from this satrap. Sounds like a good idea. Waha, hi! Shall we be off then? Arthur is home to the High Crucible of Alchemia? Oh, like alchemy. Haha, I get it. Whose alchemists forged many of our warding skills. That seems as good a place as any to begin our investigation, don't you think? I spoke briefly with Nuadine, the chief alchemist there, on our last visit. He should be happy to answer our questions. Yay! Graha is now accompanying us. Catboy. Let's go! Let's go, let's go! I crave to attune to the Aetherite. Like, please. I beg. This way? No, other way. There they are. Hello, can you tell us information? Ah, I remember those red eyes. You were with those scions who commissioned the scales from us, yes? I welcome you back to the High Crucible. What brings you here in these troubling times? We were assisting the satrap in investigating the crisis that plagues the city. Did you happen to catch sight of any of the creatures? I did. As I was going about my work, I was disturbed by crashing footsteps so powerful that the very ground shook. I rushed outside and could not believe what I beheld. The night sky was burning. Suddenly I heard panicked screams coming from the direction of Balshan Bazaar. In the next instant, a monstrous beast poked its head out amidst the stalls. A handful of the Radiant rushed to the scene only to be sent sprawling as the fiend and its minions propelled themselves skyward. Ooh. So the blasphemy came from the vicinity of the markets. This knowledge may prove useful. I thank you for sharing your fate. Or your tale. Oh god, no. Your fate. Well, I do believe we now know where we should inquire next. To the bazaar then. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Oh my god, Graha! He started sprinting. Oh, wait. Discuss the textile stalls. So this is Stavinarian weave. I must say, it bears a resemblance to the traditional fabrics of Corvos. Small wonder, really, given that it's just across the water. Not that I'm much of an expert in Corvosai culture, of course. I've not had the occasion to visit my ancestral home since coming to Charlian, and like as not, I will never reside there again. That said, in recent days, I felt more acutely aware of my heritage and grateful for it. It is thanks to my forebears that I inherited the royal eye, and with it the wisdom of ancient Alag. And so, well, I simply hope that my countrymen are safe, and one day, when the calamity is but a memory, I would like to see Corvos again, if only once. Oh. Forgive me, but my shop's closed until further notice. Needless to say, we've more pressing concerns these days. We have come not in search of wares, but information concerning the enormous fiend that tore through the bazaar. Did you perchance witness anything? Afraid not, my friend. I was there the whole time. Afraid not, my friend. I was here the whole time, so I only saw its little minions. Made a mess of the place, did. While that was all going about, the Great One tore through the west side of the bazaar. You'd have better luck asking there. Okay. Wait. Oh, there's two lanes. So we gotta go to the west. Sisters have mercy. What is happening to the world? What am I to do? Is nowhere safe? Settle down, friend. The danger has passed, at least for now. If it's not too painful to remember, could you tell us what you saw? First, I heard the screams. Then a horde of ravening beasts came charging towards us. One of them was huge, bigger than a Marin, throwing people like rag dolls, and it was eating them. I hid under the counter, saw others do the same. But the shrieking and wailing kept getting louder, more voices in the throng. Beasts or victims, I couldn't tell. I knew not what was happening. I still don't. That is enough, my good man. You were brave to share with us your tale. Many of your fellow merchants are safe. The High Crucible too has survived mostly unscathed. Pray, stay close to your friends and loved ones, and rest your body and mind while you are able. Jeez, dude. Is something the matter, traveler? If you are lost, perhaps I could be of assistance. Your offer is most appreciated. We are not lost, but we are in need of information. Might you know anything about the gargantuan beast that rampaged through the bazaar? I saw it all, though I wish I had not. I was going about my work when all of a sudden a piercing scream cut through the air. I turned around and there was the fiend, its massive body bursting through that entryway with the force of a tidal wave. And then it was gone, as quickly as it came. This is the extent of what we will learn here, I think. Shall we take a moment to consider our findings elsewhere? Interesting. Interesting indeed. Judging by their accounts, the transformation had already occurred by the time the beast reached the bazaar. It tore through the west side of the bazaar and headed towards the Aetherite Plaza. In other words, the blasphemy may have first appeared in this vicinity. That being the case, the people in that Mayhan can surely tell us more. Mayhen? What is Mayhen? Whoa. Whoa, that's a sight. Going after that enormous beast, are you? I saw it, including the very instant that poor bastard transformed. Damn the gods for putting me there. It started over there, by the window. A few men merchants probably, talking and drinking. Conversation must have taken a turn for the worse. Next thing I know, their leader, I suppose he was, buries his head in his hands, and black mist was swirling about him. Then his whole body bursts apart, and there stands a hideous, slavering beast, massive and foul, all gaping maws and bulging eyes. His friends started shrieking, and then the black mist comes again until the change takes them too. Stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Nightmarish indeed. Incidentally, do you perchance know who those merchants were? No, I'm a decorator by trade. Not much cause to mingle with their sort. Saw, Malil. Malil? The barmaid chatting with them, though. She might know something. Okay. Oh, lookout spot. 1 second, Graha. Okay. Over here. This is such a nice place, though. Even after repairing all that damage, it'll take a while for business to pick up again. You mean the blasphemy? That's what the Radiant have been calling it anyway. I saw it too, we all did. I was standing here at the counter as Merid poured me a drink when suddenly there came this dreadful sound, like a pained, angry groan. It was unlike anything I've ever heard. I turned around in shock and from an ominous cloud of black mist tore a creature, enormous and ghastly to behold. As for what happened next, to recall it sends shivers up my spine. By some stroke of fortune, I was able to slip outside before the beast got its claws on me. But the sight that greeted me offered no solace. The blue sky above turned red as blood. Myra and myself and the other survivors clung to each other for dear life until the Radiant host came to our aid. Wait, did I hear you correctly? The beast manifested before the sky began to burn. I'm certain of it. The windows here offer a clear view of the sky, and I saw nothing out of the ordinary until the beast appeared and began to rage. Ah, okay. So, transformations happen, and then the sky turned red. Okay. Ooh, cutscene. Oh, hello there. Welcome to Mirad's Man. What can we get you? I'd like a side of information. We have come not for liberations, but rather for information. You're a Malil, yes? We are investigating the so-called blasphemy on the satrap's behalf. We hear it was one of your customers, a merchant that first underwent the transformation. What can you tell us about him? He was something of a regular here, especially of late. No! Kazo was his name. He ran his own consortium, dealing primarily in the experts of Tavernarian specialties. No! Oh, that broke my heart! Oh, so that first beast that we fought in the dungeon, the one that had all the mouths, that was Kazel. Oh my god. It's where have we heard that name before, or it's through him we met Matsuya. Yeah, it's through him we met Matsuya. I remember him. I remember. Yes, the name rings a bell. Didn't you meet them both on your first trip to Tavnir? If I recall correctly, Kazo ran a training operation in Yedlabad, and it was there that you met Matsuya's acquaintance. Yes, that's the same Kazo, no doubt. A rather successful man from what I gather. That said, it was clear that he had fallen on hard times of late. Those ghastly towers popping up everywhere cannot have been good for business. Even now with the towers gone, the collapse of the empire has led to all sorts of problems elsewhere. The market for luxuries is surely not what it once was. Trying times for the head of a trading consortium, indeed. Kazo was a compassionate man, even as his own business suffered. He did what he could to provide for the artisans, fishermen, and many others who counted on him to sell their wares. Indeed, it was the very topic of yesterday's meeting as far as I could hear. Yet, as they discussed matters further, Kazu's tone grew grave and grim. It was then that... Forgive me, I would not have you recall the memory if it brings you pain. If I could, I would ask you one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual about Kazel in particular? Please, anything at all. Sorry, nothing springs to mind. Perhaps someone else can help you. Kazel lived for his work and had no family that knew him. His employees and associates knew him best, but they too are lost to us. Wait, Matsuya! Can we talk to Matsuya? Still, perhaps his neighbors know something I do not. I can direct you to them if you believe it would help. What do you say? Yeah, I mean, any leads at this point is good. But oh no, I think I know. I think I know what. I think I know what's causing it. So remember the Alamegan in the cutscene from last episode, I think, when it was panning through Alamigo and Ishgard and all that. I think it's because Vandaniel is like something about despair and like, you know, the deepest despair or whatever. So I'm thinking that it's people who are filled with this like deep like despair, this like, you know, deep sorrow. That's what triggers the event. Because Kazel basically, his whole business is going under. He's not, you know, selling anything. And so yeah, I can see how that would, you know, make somebody fucking super fucking sad. Alright, amidst the apocalypse, Malil has information that should serve you well. Kazel had made his home in Kama, a nearby residential area. From what I gather, Kazel lived there since childhood and was known throughout the neighborhood. Kama, the name is new to me. How do we get there? I'll write down some directions. Carbuncle. Okay, I cannot promise that you will find what you seek there, but if nothing else, it's a start. True. Come on, let's see where this lead takes us. Yes, I know that Graha will follow me. No, Graha. You didn't need to run around like that, Graha. You were fine. Okay. I can't use the Aethernet shards because I think it'll despawn Graha because he's gonna be like, where the fuck? Ask for directions? Okay. Let's see. After leaving the Mayhem, we're to retrace our steps and head back towards the Aetherite Plaza. Oh. Thank you, Graha. Come on, Graha, keep up. You can do it. Ascend the stairs. I really hope it's these stairs that he's talking about and not like some other stairs. I'd be fucking sad if it wasn't these ones. This must be huge. In which case, we should take the path leading southeast. Southeast. Oh, this one. This music is so sad. If we keep going this way, we should arrive in Kama before long. Walking these unfamiliar streets is quite the adventure, is it not? I can only hope that we explore Rezathan at our leisure once this crisis has passed. Yeah, 100%. I would love to like be able to tour the city without, you know, some looming threat over us. Oh, this is a nice view. There we are. this must be Kama. We've arrived at last. Let's begin questioning the residents without delay. No doubt someone here can tell us about Kazu. Given recent events, I imagine many are taking shelter indoors. Wait. Can we go in the houses or? Oh, we can. Anyone here? Yes, you. Huh? Could you come back another time? I just woke up and I'm not exactly in the mood for idle chit-chat. Well, that's one way to avoid the panic, I suppose. Pardon for our intrusion. You may not have noticed, but great danger has come to Thavnair. I encourage you to stay alert and prepare to flee the city should the situation turn dire. But before we leave you in peace, pray allow us to ask a question or two. Did you know a local merchant named Kazu? If so, did you notice anything unusual about him recently? Kazu? I know him. In fact, we spoke just the other day. Like many others, his business was doing poorly. Still, it seemed as though he'd managed to turn things around thanks to a generous order from Ruvada Fibers, while he was practically dancing in the streets. I haven't spoken with him since, but I assume it all went well. Dijinabaha might be able to tell you more, though. As I recall, he was the one who brokered the arrangement. Oh wait, no, it's Jinabaha at Rudava Fibers. Let's make a point to visit him after we've spoken with other locals. I am struggling with words. To be fair, it is a little early, and my brain is kinda mush. Kazu, you say? Yes, I've known him since he was a boy. If there was ever a man who was born to be a merchant, it was him. Always early to depart and late to return, he'd spend his days procuring the finest wares and seeking out willing customers. You could say it came to him as easy as breathing. Sadly, business was flagging of late. No surprise, really, what with how dangerous travel has become. He was cooped up in his house from dawn till dusk the other day, no doubt racking his brain for a way to turn his fortunes around. Then at night, I heard a door open. I looked up to see Kazu sitting on a bench, his head hung low, a man with the weight of the world on his shoulders. I see, the situation must have been quite dire indeed. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary? Nothing to speak of, other than the troubles with his consortium. He was the same old Kazu, cordial and honest like always. These questions you are asking, has something happened to him? He wasn't caught up in that terrible incident at the bazaar, was he? I don't travel much these days, but my daughters told me not to venture outside. Stuck in here as I am, I have heard little about the bazaar going-ons. Rest assured, the city is safe for now, but the situation may change without warning. I urge you, stay close to your daughter, and be prepared to take refuge should the satrap order it. Interesting. So nothing out of the ordinary except for, him having like this like weight on his shoulders from his business not doing well. But no like, oh, this will be something. Wait, hold on. Ra? Hi. Nice. Okay, how do I get back? How do I get back? Hello? Oh. Whee! Ra? Oh, there he is. Where? Oh. All the way up there. Okay. I hate that I can't use the Ethernet shards, or else I have to go all the way back to pick up Graha again. And hurry, I say, there's no time to waste. Pardon me, but you are in charge of buying and selling here, yes? We have a few questions that we'd like to... I'm sorry, but I simply don't have time to chat. If you haven't noticed, we have our hands full at the moment. We must carry all our wares and equipment to safety before those accursed beasts return. In that case, might we be of assistance? Perhaps we can speak when the job is done. Very well. You can start by helping us move our equipment. Ask the others what to put where. And you can carry our fabrics. Okay. Go through that door and speak with Kamala. She'll tell you the rest. Sure thing. Remember, these textiles are our livelihood. Handle them with care. Sure. I can do that. I say. Oh my Jesus Christ, dude. This area is for employees only. Out, out. What's that? You've come to help? Oh, praise be to Minerva. Kind stranger, I welcome your assistance. On your way here, you pass 3 storehouses, yes? I'd like you to carry that small crate to Nabriful, by the storehouse near the hatchery. The crate of clothing is for Manuha, and the massive crate there goes to Zemira by the middle storehouse. Watch your back for that one. Those are all the crates we have ready. Once they've been delivered, consider your work here completed. You have limited time. Oh, should you fail. Okay. So was it light crate to Nabriful by the storehouse near the hatchery? This guy. Thread, is it? Then you come to the right place. We thank you for your aid. Oh, okay. Oh my god, that crate. Ordinary crate. If you have any crates or finished products such as carpets, clothing, and the like, pray bring them here to our primary storehouse. A crate full of clothing, is it? I can take that off your hands. Many thanks for the delivery. And the weight crate. Oh my god. This is gonna break my back. Load bearing, transporting. I say, you're quite the brawny one, aren't you? A good thing that. You never know when you'll need to defend yourselves in these unpredictable times. A crate full of fabrics, is it? Exactly what I was hoping to receive. Here, let me put that away for you. You've carried all the crates to the storehouses, you say. And so quickly, too. Why, I've never seen anyone so strong. Thank you. Me and my associates will see to the rest, so please, return to Jinbaha and assure him that our work here is proceeding apace. To tell the truth, we're grateful for the distraction. Too many terrible happenings of late, but generous souls like yourself give me hope that we may emerge from this trial even stronger. I pray we meet again in more peaceful times. I'm sure we will. At least I'm hoping. I really hope. Done as I asked, have you? If Kamala is satisfied with your work, then so am I. You have done us a great favor, traveler. I got you. Side quests are my specialty. I too have delivered the instruments and apparatus entrusted to me. You both have my thanks. With our wares safely stored away, we'll not lose any more to those fiends. I take it that your establishment did not escape the attack unscathed. We did not. Thankfully, most of our workers had already left for the day, but those of us still here saw it all. We looked to the burning skies in confusion, and then before we could even begin to make sense of it, a hideous creature burst through the doors, shrieking. We ran for our lives, but one of my colleagues was not so fortunate. He cried out, a scream of such agony, such terror. In the next instant, he too sprouted fearsome claws. The sight of it caused another fellow to panic, and then... Oh, it's like, what is it called? A chain reaction. So one person sees the monster, the first transformed, screams because they're like, like horrified, they're filled with terror, and then they also turn into a monster, and then the next thing happens, and it's just constantly like dominoes. Oh, that is so dangerous. Holy shit, okay. He too transformed. I'm sorry, there was something you wanted to ask. Indeed, you knew the merchant Kazel, did you not? I believe he had some dealings with your establishment. Kazel? I know him well. We'd arranged for his consortium to deliver a large shipment of fabrics, but in the end we received a better offer and had to turn him down. Oh, I understand his business is struggling, but so is ours. Another of our most reliable trading partners agreed to transport the goods for a much smaller commission, and we'd have been fools to refuse. I felt terrible for withdrawing the offer, but you must understand, we simply had no choice. He tried to put on a brave face when I delivered the news, but his dejection and despair were plain as day. He said he'd discuss it with his associates, but I can tell he'd all but given up hope. This is really sad. Dude, come on. Dejection and despair. There we go. You remember what we saw in Venispati, yes? Soldiers and jungle dwellers pushed to the very brink, turning into beasts, one after the next. It would seem the same phenomenon occurred here. Poor craftsmen attacked by the fiends, as well as those that had witnessed it, all undergoing the change. I suspect that everything began with Kazel. By all accounts, it was he who suffered the most profound and piercing despair. Wait, could that be it? That such intense emotions were what triggered his transformation? Much remains unclear, but I believe we have drawn closer to an answer. At any rate, we must discuss our findings with the others. Oh boy. Okay. I will do this quest in the next episode because I just looked at the timer and it's 33 minutes. So, until next time, take care.